Hey everyone, this is Acid Roots, and we've got a review for you. So we're going to talk about N9ne a little bit. Really, he's from Missouri, which is the same state I am from, and he's had a rather large fan base. But the thing about it is when you look at his popularity, it's not commercial. It just happens that the people that you knew in class or social work or wherever, the ones that seem more likely to smoke cigarettes or to go to places where, this kind of darker type places, that's where you'd find that they like N9ne. He's not really a picnic rapper, and he's not really a ballpark rapper either. You'll hear music at more of these places, and you're not going to hear them at Walmart ever. I guarantee that. So, really, his fan base has grown, but he's always had like this one thing that people don't want him to get too commercial because they don't want to happen to him like what happened to 3 6 Mafia. And really, Tech has always let us know that he likes his fans quite a bit and they're his main focus, but at the same time he does want to progress. And luckily on this album, Angelic, it's not necessarily, this is when his records were, they had a lot of punch to them. And so what that means is he kind of did the horrorcore sound, but I think he backed away from it a little bit, and um, so but these first couple releases by him really kind of nailed that sound, and he just became like a slinky dude, just you'd hear things that you wouldn't necessarily hear from Eminem, but you got the lyrics from him, and it would kind of um, it just would be like if he kind of is like D12 a little bit, but actually, you know, embellishes in that lifestyle a little bit. So that's what you're getting: the strip clubs and kind of holes in the wall bars and dance clubs and things like that. And it's worth it. It's an experience. So you can smoke to this album, and so I'm going to let you in on a few of them. There are 16 songs. I have the Angelic from 2001. There's one from 2003 as well. And that has 3 songs, and guess what? Those are the 3 songs that some of them are ones that I didn't like. But anyways, Einstein is a great smoking song. Cursed is a great smoking song. Sinister Tech is pretty good. That one just sounds like really muddy. Um, Tormented is another one. That one's kind of horror-ish. God Complex, Who You Came to See, Going Bad, and Psycho Bitch. Those are some really good ones to smoke to. All of them are. I mean, the whole sound does not sound as if N9ne was doing this while he was in his right mind. He knew, and it's worth it. It's definitely a good type thing. So the production is handled rather well, and most of those songs that I mentioned are worth it. I did like 12 out of 16 songs because there's 6 skits. So that leaves, 16 songs is, that's good for an album, because I have come to the realization that an album is usually, it's just supposed to be 11 or 12 songs, but some people push this further, and I'm glad. N9ne really starts to do that in some of his later releases. The unheard songs, now, out of these 12 songs, I'll go in on them a little bit. One of the ones that I really like is Suicide Letters. You have to listen to that beat, but it's really good. Um, it almost feels like Tech-N9ne is a mix of Tupac, Eminem, and then like Brother Lynch hung. Those are like the three people that he just feels like a mishmash of. He's like Eminem because he's lyrical. He's like Tupac because he has good songwriting and ideas. And he's like Brother Lynch because he kind of explores um the darker side of things. It's not just, you know, bunny rabbits the whole time. So those are the three that you'll get, but Curse is definitely a good one. Psycho Bitch sounds like you're really about to get geeked up. Einstein, I think a lot of people have heard this song. It's, it works. Tormented sounds really kind of spooked out. Yeah, it works. I mean, you don't have to worry about that. It's a dark song, and it sounds kind of like a cult almost, that sort of thing. God Complex and Who You Came to See are some more. Those have good beats. This Ring does. Going Bad does. And I think the only ones I haven't mentioned are It's Alive and This Life. So there's 12 songs. Sinister Tech's another one. That one sounds really kind of, like I said, it's a muddy song. So, like, there should be 12. This Life, Einstein, It's Alive, Suicide Letters, Cursed, Psycho Bitch, Sinister Tech, Tormented, Who You Came to See, God Complex, This Ring, and Going Bad. So all those songs are worth it. If I don't know, it's hard to keep track and remember if I named 12 songs. So that's why I did it. Now, some of the other stuff that came out around this time, I would say, D12 had an album, which I would definitely check out. Eminem was kind of doing this thing, and get some Project Pat, some 3-6 Mafia, some of Tech-N9ne's Camp, and I guess there's some people like Esham or Esham, I don't know how to say his name, Esham, and there are more people in that category like Boondocks and some of those cats. So you just have to just check some of that stuff out. Just look up horrorcore rappers and you should be right where you want to be. So I recommend this album, and since I like 12 out of 16, I am going to give this album a 10. I'll give it a 10 just because the effect of it's ideal for smoking, which, I really appreciate, and yeah, I like it. It really works, and so I'll give it a 10 just because of that. I mean, there were 4 songs that I didn't like, but really, you just have to work with it. So the future, Tech-N9ne has dropped a 2015 album, and he's going to do a Strangulation 2. So there's going to be another Collabos album. And then he said his next album is going to be called The Storm or something like that. So, there's plenty of Tech-N9ne. He's 43. He's got some ideas left. So just understand that. Is this album social? I'm going to give it a 9 just because, I would give it a 10, but like these songs, I don't know. I mean, I liked most of them. They do sound like they're outgoing, they're inviting, and like I said, these are for more people that, it just, most people are going to know who Eminem is. So just because, if you're trying to smoke with someone and they know about Eminem, obviously you can't discern that well. I mean, this is unlikely that the first rapper that someone finds out about is Tech 9. And if they are, obviously, they probably have been around the block a little bit more. So you just have to understand that. So that, I mean, there's just layers to rap, and so that's kind of the thing, is just the people are a little bit more. I mean, obviously you gotta, not get yourself, and you have to make sure you're doing okay. But other than that, it just is. This is some good songs. People will know several of these, and it's worthwhile. You can definitely smoke to this. There's even a couple dance records on here, even though Tech may not have intended that. And it's pretty decent horrorcore, so you've got good ideas. So I'll give it a 9.5 social, but just because there's not really like a huge song. Like, I guess Einstein and Psycho Bitch would be a couple of them, but there's not really like a looking for the right song to pick. There's not a song the size of like the real Slim Shady. There's not just like that universal song. Tech's always had that problem though, but other than that, it's worthwhile. But alright, can it be topped? Probably not. I gave this album a 10, so this is one of the ones to start with Tech 9. You'll see more by him in the future. Alright, subscribe for more fun. 10 and a 9.5 social.